The distress beacon wasn't meant for humans. It was encrypted with the triple-wave pulse code of the Vari Concord, a signal only their allies could read. At least in theory. On the bridge of the TSS Ironclad, Captain Rourke leaned on the railing, watching the waveform dance across the holo display. Vari SOS, his comms officer confirmed. Broadcasts on a locked channel. No one outside the Concord should be able to hear it. Rourke's eyes narrowed. And yet, here we are. The helmsman shifted uneasily. Sir, Concord space isn't our business. They've made that clear. Rourke's voice was calm but edged with steel. It's our business now. Plot a course to the signal source. By the time the Ironclad dropped out of FTL, the source was a war zone. A Vari hospital ship and its escort corvettes drifted helplessly under the pounding fire of unknown raiders, sleek, angular craft with crimson hull markings that screamed piracy. The pirates had already breached the Vari's outer hull. Fires raged along her midsection. The escorts were crippled, one venting atmosphere into the void. Transmit on open channel, Rourke ordered. His voice boomed across comms. Unidentified vessels, this is Captain Rourke of the Terran Heavy Fleet. Break off your attack or be destroyed. The pirate leader's laugh came back over comms. This isn't your fight, human. Leave before you join them. Rourke's jaw tightened. Wrong answer. Weapons hot. The Ironclad surged forward, its armor blackened and scarred from past battles. Terran railguns roared, hypervelocity slugs tearing through the nearest raider before they could even turn to respond. The pirates scattered, but the Ironclad's targeting systems tracked them with deadly precision. A second raider detonated under a hail of fire, its wreckage tumbling into the gas giant's orbit below. The Vari survivors watched in stunned silence. To them, humans were barely more than rumor. A young, dangerous species from a distant death world, whispered about for their stubbornness and appetite for risk. And here was one of their warships, cutting through the raiders like a predator among prey. On the pirate flagship, the captain barked orders in panic. Break their firing solutions. Blind their targeting. But humans didn't just fight with brute force, they fought like they expected the enemy to cheat. When the pirates launched sensor jammers, the Ironclad's gunners switched to predictive fire, anticipating movement and hitting targets they couldn't even see. When the raiders dropped mines, the Terran destroyers' point defense lasers shredded them before they could arm. Minutes later, the last pirate ship tried to flee. It didn't make it past the second volley. With the threat gone, the Ironclad closed on the Vari hospital ship. Her hull was torn, atmosphere venting in white plumes. Hundreds of Vari lives hung on minutes. Rourke didn't wait for permission. Terran engineers and medics crossed the void in armored EVA suits, moving with an urgency born of too many close calls. The Vari captain, pale and trembling, met Rourke in the main airlock. You're not Concord, he said. No, Rourke replied, already scanning damage reports. But you called for help. That's enough. In the hours that followed, humans worked side by side with Vari crew to stabilize the ship. They sealed breaches, restored life support, and ferried the wounded aboard the Ironclad's medbays. Vari eyes followed them everywhere. They saw the scars on the humans' armor, the calm focus in their eyes, the way they moved toward danger without hesitation. One Vari medic whispered to another, "They act like they've done this before." The other replied, "I think they always do this." When the last fire was out and the hospital ship could limp under its own power again, the Vari captain returned to Rourke. "You risked your crew for strangers," he said. "The Concord will not thank you." Rourke smiled faintly. "We didn't do it for thanks. You sent a call into the void. We answered. That's all." As the Ironclad turned for home, Vari survivors watched her disappear into the starfield. They didn't know what the humans would do with the pirates' wreckage data, or if they would ever meet them again. But word spread quickly in Concord space. Quietly, without official channels, the story passed from station to station. If you're in trouble and no one else comes, and a Deathworlder fleet answers, you'll live to tell about it. Do you want me to also make a short cinematic image prompt for this one so it can be turned into epic art? It would capture the ironclad charging in to save the Vari ship.